Hey guys, J77 here. Just doing a very quick vlog in regarding to the first impression that Two and a Half Men have done. As you know, the first episode that everybody was waiting for is come and gone. Really no surprise that how they handle it. I thought they handled it pretty okay. We already knew that pretty much that Charlie Sheen's character was going to get killed off, which has happened. They wasn't going to reprise his role with a different actor. They basically killed him off altogether, which I think was the smart move, considering the relationship and the fact that he may never work for that company again. Pretty much they was not going to bring him back, regardless of what anybody said. It just wasn't going to happen. So killing him off was pretty much the only option they had instead of recasting that particular character. But they handled it pretty okay. I thought it was handled well. They could have done it a little better, but I thought they did okay with it. It was generally it was a good episode and all. The new character, I believe is, I'm keeping his last name wrong, Kissinger. He did okay. He wasn't great, but he was in his own character, which I thought was a good thing in his own way. He did his part. I think he did his part pretty well. In general, I thought it was a good outing for Two and a Half Men. Now for the rating. This had a very high rating. Everybody was shocked that this had a high rating. I'm not, and the reason is that the reason why it has such a high rating is the fact that everybody wanted to know how this episode was going to handle. They was curious. They wanted to see how the new actor was going to do, how the show, what's the feeling of the show now that Charlie Sheen is no longer a factor. To me, one episode really doesn't tell me a whole lot. It's when 4 or 5 episodes went by. That's when you start getting a real true picture of how the die-hard fans of Charlie Sheen is going to respond to this show, if they're going to keep watching it even though Charlie Sheen is not there. The people who watch this show on a regular, they're going to stay with this show. The new people who wanted to see how the show was, what the big deal is, those who probably watch like the reruns, they're going to see how that show runs. And then once this one episode is done, when you see episode 2, 3, and 4 of this season, you're going to start seeing whether this rating will stay high or just slowly start to dip down. Another thing is, I got 2 reasons why people shouldn't take the first episode as the total poll for this series. Is because I remember the XFL when it had a very huge rating. I mean, it was probably one of the top rating football programs that came out during that time. And after that first week, it just dropped. I mean, it just went downhill, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Vince McMahon did not handle that very properly, but that's not the only show. Commander-in-Chief, which starred Gina Davis, one of my personal favorite shows. It had a very good start for the ratings, and it just dropped. I mean, it just couldn't keep fanfare, and there was a lot of reasons behind that. I think the delay between some seasons really hurt the show and not helped it. But I remember that having a great rating the first time out, and whatever happened, it just never kept that audience that it had during the first outing. But that's one of the things I want to make sure everybody understands, that it's still only one episode, and I said it before, it needs at least 4, maybe even 5, to give a true feeling of whether the people are going to stick by this episode or not. No matter what you say, this is a totally different Two and a Half Men. It's pretty much you could pretty much gonna have a new chemistry with this. It's going in a whole new direction. Whether it's the direction that fans can accept or not, really all depends on how well the new actor does throughout here, how they write him and how he portrays his character. And that if he tries to betray his character anywhere like Charlie Sheen, this show is going to be in trouble. If he stays with his own character, develop his own story, develop his reasoning why he wants to live in that house, and basically work from there, then I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be okay. Will they have the same rating as they did with Charlie Sheen there? Probably not, but at least with this new actor, he'll probably pick up some a new fan base where it pretty much evens out fine. But that really all depends on the actors. and the story writers and the viewers. So until then, this is just a wait and see process for me. But for what it's worth, I thought it was okay. I thought it was good, and I thought they handled Charlie Sheen's death respectable. Granted, I'm not very happy that how he died, but hey. They have to think of something. That's probably the best way they can do. They can't really say he died of a heart attack or anything. So I can live with that. I can accept it for what it is. But let's see how this thing falls through the next few weeks. But until then, you guys, I have a little bit more of an announcement to make. We'll say that to my next video. But until that video comes, guys, you take care, and I'll talk to you soon.